Hi everyone and welcome to Weight Loss with JVA. Yes, I have gone and changed the name again. Sorry, I couldn't settle on anything, but I think Weight Loss with JVA, it's short, easy to remember, and hopefully will help get out there to people who might be able to help them. So if you don't know already, my name is Jason. I've been on Mounjaro for 5 weeks now, and I'm going to document my journey weekly and put out a weekly vlog for you guys. Hopefully give you some insight as to how my journey is. Obviously it's different for everybody, but let you know the pluses, minuses and that sort of thing really. And maybe if I've heard anything during the week or seen it on other YouTube channels, I might be able to pass on some helpful information to you. So if you think you're interested in that sort of thing, why not subscribe? Would help me out immensely. And let's get on to it. So let's start with last week. Sorry, it was a short vlog last week, guys. I was rushing off to Las Vegas with a girlfriend on the Saturday, so I couldn't do it on Sunday morning. I brought everything a day forward, and actually weight loss wise it wasn't a good week. I'd lost nothing at all. I'd stayed exactly the same. So obviously start by analysing that. I suspect I had less, I don't suspect, I know I had a little bit less water last week, and probably I think the problem was maybe not enough calories, if I'm honest. But I do also believe with the training I'm doing now, so I'm generally doing a walk in the morning followed by a resistance band workout most days, not every day, but most days. And I'm concentrating on my upper body and my core. And oh my God, resistance bands, for the silly amount of money you can get them for, guys, are really, really worthwhile having. I am seeing physical changes and feeling physical changes just from doing these resistance band workouts. Obviously on top of the Mounjaro, that's helping me stick to a calorie deficit diet. It was disappointing last week, but because it was my 4th week, it was the point where I was going to retake my measurements. And actually, quick recap, I kind of lost 2 inches off my chest, 2 inches off my waist, and 2 inches off my thighs. So it kind of still made me happy. So I was happy, I could see a difference. I've taken some pictures again today. I didn't have time last week, so I've taken them at the start, I've taken them 5 weeks in, and you can see a difference, particularly in my belly, so happy days. I've also bought a new belt and things like that, so I can see there is a physical difference in my size. Let's talk about last week. So this is, my week 5, how has it been? So obviously I went to Las Vegas with the girlfriend. I decided not to track anything, and I wouldn't say not be good, because whilst you're on the Mounjaro jabs it kind of helps you be good, but I didn't go all out. So one of the major things I've harped on through all of my vlogs is how I've stopped drinking Coca-Cola, and for me that's absolutely massive. I had my first small can, those little mixer cans of Coca-Cola, when we were on the plane to Las Vegas. We flew with Virgin, they filled you up with loads of food, loads of stuff, really lovely. And I ate as much as I could. I didn't eat full portions of anything, so I was still not eating a lot, but I had a Coke there. And then I probably had maybe 3 glasses of Pepsi. It's not Coke there most of the time, it's Pepsi. So a few glasses of Pepsi in Vegas in all the time. The rest of the time it was the small bottles of water they do. So I wasn't terrible. Breakfast was normally at Denny's, which was 2 eggs scrambled, a small little sausage, a strip of bacon, and then they give you these huge pancakes, guys. They are absolutely lovely. They give you 2 of them. I would eat half of one pancake, but I would drizzle it over with maple syrup, which is pure sugar. So obviously I was killing myself with sugar, but I was going to enjoy my holiday. So to be fair, we didn't kind of snack in between. We kind of stuck to 3 smaller meals. And by that I mean lunchtime it might be a hot dog or a burger. Evening might be some chicken strips and chips. So we didn't have absolutely massive meals, neither me or Emma. So there wasn't loads of snacking. There wasn't loads of fizzy drinks or anything like that. I was mostly on track. I would imagine some days I would be at a calorie deficit. Maybe not much, by much, but I would have been at a calorie deficit. But the one thing that, and the reason I wasn't counting calories, anything like that, guys, was because I knew I would be walking more than I would ever back at home. So I'll give you a little slide up here. I was averaging about 20 to 23,000 steps a day. So we were walking everywhere, you know, literally from morning to night, we'd be walking everywhere. So I wasn't that worried about it. And I was right not to worry, because let's get on to the important part, as I'll show you up here in a couple of slides. I lost £3. I think it's 3 point something. I'll have to check. Sorry guys. Let me have a quick little look. What did it say I lost today? I lost £3.8 today, taking me down to 18 stone 3. But as I show you in another slide, when I record my progress on Nutracheck, it also means that I've now hit 1 stone 7 pound, 1.5 stones in the last 5 weeks. So very happy with that. I really am. So obviously I am trying to get in enough water. I've come back. I haven't touched Coke, and I won't be touching it again while I'm here. You know, that was simply on holiday. It's one of those things, you know, they have people come around and offer you free drinks, and after about 3 and 4 bottles of water, I just needed something to taste different, so I'd have a Coke and a couple of times coffee. So back on my water here, again, 2 coffees within a day, and back on all the vitamins and all the rest of it, although I was taking them still in Vegas. Just not the nighttime ones, because your whole pattern is really disrupted. But back home, I did take my resistance bands with me to Vegas as well, and did not use them. I kid you not, guys. We kind of had a bit of an itinerary already planned. It was Emma's first time, so I wanted to try and cram in as much as possible, and doing that meant there wasn't time for literally anything. No time for cuddles, no time for resistance band training. It was literally get up in the morning, go out, have breakfast, come back, shower, freshen up, go back out. That was it. Every single day was the same. So full on. Helped me get my steps in, which was fantastic. Helped me lose weight, which was fantastic. Fantastic holiday, great. Now I'm back to yesterday. I was out doing my walk, followed by resistance band training. This morning I've been out, do my walk. Didn't do resistance band training today. I'm going to save it for tomorrow. So the training side of it is going well. Obviously back here, I've got a lot more control over what I eat. So yesterday, I actually did skip breakfast yesterday. Just been really busy trying to catch up with stuff. So I did skip breakfast yesterday. Had a good lunch. 2 eggs on a slice of toast. Good dinner last night. Still at a calorie deficit by quite a bit. And then this morning, I haven't eaten yet, but obviously I've been out, done my walk, had a bath, given myself a jab. So let's talk about the jab. So last week was my golden dose for my first pen. So my 5th dose out of my first pen. And I tell you what, obviously I'd taken it a day early, and I thought it was going to caused me some issues with being hungry whilst I was on holiday and all the rest, or at least when I got back. It did not at all. If anything, I probably had less of an appetite last week at the end of the week, whereas normally towards the end of the week I was always definitely feeling times of hunger. This week I don't feel like I really had it. So that 5th dose from my first 2.5 milligram pen worked wonders for me. So today I started my 5 milligram pen, but I have not gone up in dose. I'm staying on 2.5 milligrams of a dose, meaning I am microdosing on a 5 milligram pen, which means I am doing my initial 2 clicks, priming my pen, rotating it around 30 clicks. I've marked it with a pen, so I'll be able to easily find it next time, and then injecting myself with that. Now, the only thing I will say is they've sent me slightly longer needles this time. I've been using 4mm length needles. These ones were 6mm. And I've heard people say that how the different length in needles can give you different effects. Some say it works better. So I thought I'd try them. I have got a box of the 4mm needles. I bought them because I knew I'd be microdosing, but I thought I'd try the 6mm. So I'll let you know next week how that's gone, if it's made any effect to my dose. Also, I'll let you know if doing a 2.5 milligram dose on a 5 milligram pen has made any difference. I've got loads of variables this week, guys, that I don't know how it's going to affect me. So I have made the pen or the injection a little bit longer, or the needle a little bit longer. And I've now used 2.5 milligrams from a 5 milligram pen, which does mean theoretically you're getting 0.3 millilitres of liquid injected into you instead of 0.6 millilitres of liquid injected into you. So does that concentration make a difference? I don't know yet, guys. I've literally just done it. So next week, we'll hopefully be able to give you an update on how that's gone. So Now on to side effects. I'll be honest guys, apart from still having a little bit of a loose stomach, I've had zero. I've had no sulfur burps, I've had no bad diarrhea, bad constipation, bad stomach cramps, bad headache. I've had a couple headaches actually, I think, during the week, but I think that's because of dehydration. Vegas was hot, we were walking an awful lot, and even though I was drinking a lot, for the amount of walking I was doing, I should have been drinking even more. So I don't put that down to Mounjaro at all, guys. It wasn't bad enough that I needed to take painkillers or anything like that. It's just I noticed I had a bit of a headache, but that literally will be dehydration just because of how much walking we were doing in the heat. What else? Like I said, diet's been bad last week, but I've still managed to lose, and I think that's probably aided to it because I was probably eating slightly bigger meals, maybe. Certainly I was eating more calorific meals, so my calorie intake definitely went back up next week, and I think that people have said, you know, if you hit a bit of a stall, sometimes boosting your calories a little will help give you that kickstart back, and that certainly seems to have been the case last week. We'll find out going forward. So what have I got planned this week? I've got a very busy week back at work. I've seen the job stacking up for me, so I'm going to be out quite a lot, so it's quite important to try and make sure I've got some snacks to take with me during the week. I did buy some little chicken skewers from Lidl yesterday. They're meant to be high in protein, so I'm going to start trying to take some food out with me during the week so that when it comes to that lunchtime I've got something decent to eat. Other than that guys, it's been a really good week. I'm sure there was a couple of things I did want to mention last week. It was probably about taking that 5th dose, to be fair. I did have to really force the pen to get it to go, but I was able to get it to go, and it did use all the last pen, so I didn't shortchange myself on that last dose whatsoever. And also, the pens I've received recently, they've all come with 6 needles. So I kind of presume now not the manufacturers, because that's Eli Lilly, but the people selling them know you want to get that magic dose out of it, at least get that 5th dose out of it. So yeah, the last couple pens I've got, they've both sent them with 6 needles instead of 4, so that's kind of handy. I haven't had to use any of my own needles so far. It's been another good week for me, guys. There's not a lot more I can say. The jabs worked for me, the appetite suppressions worked for me, the stopping me eating too much has worked for me. The only slight side effect I've still got a slightly loose stomach, but that's absolutely nothing to me at all. Happy for that. I can take Coke or leave Coke, take chocolate or leave chocolate. I don't know if I had actually any chocolate this week at all. I think I'd taken a couple of those little caramel bars from Lidl for the plane and that sort of thing. I think we had one on the plane and maybe one during the week. I mean, I'm virtually touching no chocolate. Obviously, I had some Coke last week or Pepsi, but now I'm back home, I won't be having any. So my diet's been good. The walking last week has helped me out. I'm back on the training this week. I hope for a good week, but if I have another week of staying the same, it's not going to dishearten me. I'm on this journey now. My mind is in the right place, and that's probably the biggest thing. Just getting your mind in the right place to know you want to do this, you can do this, and the Mounjaro is going to be that tool to help you do it. Well, that's my update for week 5, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope there's been some little insights there that might help you out. Please, if you've got any questions, please feel free to ask me. I'll be happy to help. Also, for the guys that have left me comments, really appreciate your comments. Thank you very much for getting involved and for giving me your advice as well. I do appreciate it. Anyone, if you've got any advice, please send it my way. I do watch loads of other people on YouTube with regards to their Mounjaro journey, and I get loads of good information. I would suggest you do the same. Don't just go to one source for your information, go to several. But if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything, helps me out immensely. I'd really like to build the channel, get this out to as many people, try and help as many people as possible, as that's what I've been doing, watching others on YouTube and getting their helpful advice. If you've enjoyed this week's episode, give it a bit of the old thumbs up. And if you want to be notified of future posts, hit that bell icon. Only leaves me to say, stay safe, stay healthy. I'll see you next week.